remember, we're looking at this idea of PEMDAS. Okay, and we're going to try to take care of the weakest things first. All right, we are solving for x. Now, when I look at this, the problem is I can't really do any of the addition subtraction, right? I've got that addition right there, but I can't add those together. I've got this subtraction, but I can't do that because the 4 needs to be multiplied by that first. So there are some addition and subtraction, but I can't really do that. So what we talked about in class is that sometimes it's best to start off with just kind of getting rid of the parentheses so that we don't have to worry about that. So we're going to go ahead and start with that. We're going to do the distributive property, 5 times x and 5 times negative 4. So that'll be 5x minus 20. And then equals, the 3x isn't distributing, it's just staying the way it is. And then this minus 4, I'm going to distribute to the x. So that'll be minus 4x. And then the minus 4 I'm going to distribute to the 2, which will be minus 8, just like that. Now, at this point, there's no more parentheses, so I can really start thinking about that PEMDAS. The other thing that we talked about in class is that very often we want to make sure that all of the x's are on the same side, right? And right now, I've got x's on both sides of the equation. I need to make sure that they're all on the same side. Otherwise, I won't be able to isolate x. I'll end up having x on both sides, and that's not very helpful. So let's go ahead and get them together. Now, the first thing I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put these two guys together because they're on the same side. So I'm going to do some combining like terms so that there's less going on there. So that's 5x minus 20 is equal to 3x minus 4x, so negative x minus 8. Now, at this point, I'm ready to start moving the x's over. And I know you could work with the 8 or the 20, but your top priority really should be the x. Just like if you watch the video for the first question, we said we don't really care about the negative 1 right now. The negative 1 will do whatever it needs to. In this case, the negative 20, negative 8, that'll happen. My first priority needs to be getting x by itself, and that means I only have one x, not 2. And so I'm going to go ahead and first, I'm going to add that x over. So on this side, it's going to go away. On the left-hand side, I'm going to have 5x plus x, which is 6x minus 20 equals negative 8. And then I'm going to add 20 to both sides because now I've got a 6x minus 20. So I've got the 6 being multiplied by the x and then the 20 that's being subtracted. So now looking at that PEMDAS, subtraction there is the weakest. So I'll go ahead and add that to get rid of it. On this side, of course, it's going to be gone. I'll be left with just the 6x still there. And then the negative 8 plus 20 gives me 12. And then I should just be able to divide by 6. And then I get x equals dividing because that's 6 times x. And that should give me x equals 2. Now, one of the things that you really should be able to do is you should be able to check your answer. To check your answer, you put this back in the equation to make sure that it actually works. So 5 times 2 minus 4 equals 3 times 2 minus 4 times 2 plus 2. All right, now if the 2 is negative, I'd probably put it inside of parentheses here. It's really not too important if it's positive. So let's go ahead and put these things together. Don't do any rearranging. We're just solving. We're just going to put the numbers together. Follow PEMDAS. I'm going to try to do the stuff inside the parentheses first. So that's going to be 5 times 2 minus 4. 2 minus 4 is negative 2. All right, out here I have the 3 times 2. That's definitely going to happen before subtraction, so I can do that 3 times 2. And then I'm going to go minus 4 times, and then inside the parentheses there I have 2 plus 2, so that's 4. Over on the left-hand side, 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. And then I'm going to have 6 minus 4 times 4, or negative 4 times 4, which is going to be negative 16. And 6 minus 16 is negative 10. And so I do get negative 10 is negative 10. This is still my answer. Don't be confused. This is still my answer. But I did do the check to show that when I put that number in, it did actually make both sides equal like it's supposed to.